Okay, so today I'm gonna do the Sharpie challenge. I'm assuming I'm not the first one to do this, however I haven't seen anyone else do it, so I don't know if there are any kind of specific rules for it. I just took it as colouring in some line art with some Sharpies, and only Sharpies. So at the beginning there, I was just showing you all the Sharpies I have. I think the set I got was 80s glam, I'm not really sure, and I'm not sure on the price either, because it was a gift, and I took it out of its packaging pretty quick and stored it in something else, so I don't remember what the set's name is, and the pens don't have colour names on, so I arranged those in rainbow order next to my mat, and then I swatched them in the rainbow order again so that I didn't get them confused on the piece of paper just above my mat. So I was colouring in her skirt, and the first thing I noticed was this is pretty patchy. Like, it's not as patchy as like water-based markers like Crayolas or just generic felt pens, but it's nothing like Copic's, and I was using pretty Copic-y methods to make it flat colour, and I am using the paper I normally use for Copic's as well, so yeah. In smaller areas it's definitely better, I guess. You can't see it as well, I'm not sure, but some colours are better too, like the purple of her skirt was not very good, but as you see as I colour in her corset was pretty good. Like, I coloured it expecting it to be patchy, so I was doing it in like panels, and it turned out to be much better than the skirt, so I don't know whether it's just certain colours show up more or certain colours are worse for patchiness, but that's definitely something I've noticed. I expected this brown to be patchy, so I added texture in later on to like make it look like there are individual hairs there, but the brown was probably the least patchy colour of the entire piece, which is quite annoying actually. I didn't have a skin tone. I have one colour that looked a bit like a skin tone, but when I swatched it I found out it was almost like neon peach, if that's possible, like really salmony and bright and just very much not like a natural skin tone, so I just left her white because by the time I'd realised that that wasn't a good skin tone I'd coloured her hair in brown, so if I'd have made her black then her hair would match her face because there was only one shade of brown. And she doesn't look very alien-y, so I couldn't go in with any kind of funky colours. I used a dark purpley pinky red for the flowers, and it's a really pretty colour, I really like it. And in these small spaces, the patchiness of the pen completely does not matter, you can't tell at all. Now I'm just colouring in, I guess, the stems? I'm not really sure. Flowers don't grow in a circle, so it's not like it's the most natural thing, but I'm going to assume that those lines are stems between the flowers. And then I do the flat colour inside, which is the colour that I thought might have ended up being a skin tone, but is too orangey pinky and bright to be an actual skin tone. I discovered while doing this that if I do 2 layers of the colour, it's much less patchy. So yeah, I figured that out and it did help a bit, but I mean, I was already really soaking the page in ink. Like, I was using the Copic techniques when you're using thicker card, of like properly going over all the areas lots of times. But it still wasn't particularly streak free. But I mean, for Sharpies it's pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. Now I'm just going over the skirt again because, well, obviously it was really patchy, so I was trying to resurrect it. And it looked fine at first, then as it dried, all the patchiness showed through again. But at least I tried. And now I'm just adding little like wrinkles in between the petals of the flowers. And I coloured the middles in yellow, but I decided that I didn't like that, so I coloured over them with black. So yeah, what do you think of it? How do you think the Sharpies did, and would you try this?